welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric, up on the bar for review today. Laphroaig Lore, single malt Scotch whiskey from the Islay region of Scotland. As always, nose, taste, finish review. This whiskey is coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, and leave you with the malt musing. But first, take a second, hit subscribe. Make sure you don't miss these reviews. I drop them every week on Fridays on YouTube. And also do a Tuesday happy hour, 8 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see you in the chat there. All right, let's get into this. Laphroaig, probably, arguably, the most famous distillery in the Islay region of Scotland. Been around since about 1815, known for their heavily peated single malt whiskeys. The Lore, not without controversy. This came on the market spring, summer 2016. And is widely considered to have replaced the very delicious 18-year-old Laphroaig. This one, non-age statement. However, 48% ABV. It is non-chill filtered, which does say on the back here. And the story here is essentially this is supposed to be a whiskey that kind of grabs the essence of Laphroaig throughout the, slightly over 2 centuries they've been around. Lore, meaning the passing of skill or tradition through word of mouth, is a story of how we make one of the world's richest single malt Scotch whiskies. Bit more advertising fluff on here, but basically what we're looking at here is a whiskey that has been aged in a couple different barrels. We have first fill sherry casks, we have quarter casks. It doesn't say anything else, but I'm assuming there's been ex-bourbon in here as well. So Lore is essentially trying to get at everything Laphroaig has done in one bottle. It does say here the most richly flavored of all Scotch whiskies. Interesting wording. So if you take a look, for example, Laphroaig, their stills have a line arm that's slightly upward. Distilleries that do this, it's tending to, as the distillation continues in the still, the heavier oils are actually going to come back down into the still. So again, going through the process and lightening up the whiskey a little bit. So when you see distilleries with that line arm slightly going up, they're definitely aiming for a lighter, I don't want to say flavor, but definitely a lighter texture and oiliness. You look at, in contrast, their neighbors up the road, Lagavulin, their stills have line arms that go much further down, so you're getting a lot more of those oils and heavier things, and they get up to the top, and then they are going back down into the condenser. So Laphroaig, heavy on the flavor, a bit lighter on the palate, but we will see what the Lore has in store. Let's do it. Here it is, the bottle. While Laphroaig, you usually see the white labels with the black writing these days. This one is still sticking with the dark green. It does say non-chill filtered here on the bottle as well, 48%. Let's get into it. It is unclear whether or not this whiskey is natural color because Laphroaig does not say anything about that on the bottle. This is an issue with pretty much a lot of their whiskeys. We just do not know. Okay, but that is the color we are looking at. And let's get into the tasting on the nose. Oh yeah, unmistakably Laphroaig. And when I say that, it's medicinal. That medicinal iodine note that you get off the peat smoke, very prominent here. There is a richness behind it though, and it's coming in the form of kind of a nuttiness, a bit of a sweetness, like ripe fruits. But yeah, you get a little bit of that salinity, brininess. Like you're on a ship deck, definitely going on here in this. It's a little more subdued than some of the younger Laphroaigs in terms of just that in-your-face peat smoke attack. But if you're a newbie, it'll hit you all the same. There's some nice vanilla light caramel going on here. Yeah, fruit. It's sweet, it's smoky, it's peaty. Definitely. Very damp, dank whiskey. Surprising amount of depth on the nose for an NAS. Let's give it a taste. Lunch. What a journey this whiskey is. oilier than you would expect. And maybe that ABV is what's doing it for us. So you got a pretty oily mouthfeel. It comes in sweet, and it's kind of riper red fruits, yellow fruit. So it's a bit of the sweetness coming from fruit. I mean, we're talking things like apricot, pear, slight hints of apple. Bourbon cask influence, definitely there. Vanilla, caramel, chocolate. Bit of spice from the oak. Heavy hit of peat going into a very long finish. Ashiness, red fruit, dried red fruit, almost more on the kind of Christmas spice, baking spices. Wow. Slight hints of malted milk, malted football candy. Oh, this is just going and going. Impressive. Do one more taste neat here. What a great mouthfeel on this whiskey. Elegant, it's pretty refined, but it just has a nice viscosity oiliness that it's not delicate, but kind of balancing between just heavy in your face and a little bit lighter. And I think this is bringing out a lot more of the intricacies of the different maturations here. You get a bit of extra spice off the oak from that quarter cask. The brighter red fruit sherry notes are there. I'm almost getting some like slight citric notes, more in the orange, slightly lemon. Wow. Milk chocolate. It's not a dark chocolate, it's a milk chocolate. Fresh cast young whiskey. Okay, let's put a bit of water on this. It is at 48%. Bring it down just a couple notches, see what else we get on this whiskey. Oh, the finish is still going. Very nice. Wow, okay. Road tar and asphalt, like fresh asphalt in the summer. The water has really kicked that up. Again, heavy oak notes, but they are rounded off with a nice kind of chocolatey sweetness. Some richer fruits behind there. Freshness, almost a little bit of a minty, almost spearmint, peppermint note coming from that fresh, intense medicinal peat. Oh yeah. Water does not take anything away from this. Mouth coating, a bit oily, nice viscosity. That peat effervescence and the ash really hits you on the back end, but it's working so well, again, with what these bourbon casks that this has most certainly been matured in. The first fill sherry shows up, rounding things off. You get nice popping notes of different fruits. Wow. Raw honey, vanilla. Again, really nice long finish. Impressive. All right. Sneak one more in here. So a bottle of the Laphroaig lore, not an exclusive whiskey at all. In fact, in many liquor stores, this will be the top shelf Laphroaig that they sell. Here in the US, price range is varied. It could go anywhere from around $90 to $120. And for seasoned whiskey drinkers who've not experienced this yet, they may give you pause. Non-age statement whiskey, over $100, so many other things in the market. I would still put this at a medium value, potentially a medium high value, probably medium high, just because of the quality that we're working with here. This really shines. And I think even at that $100 price point, this is an enjoyable whiskey for right around that. So yeah, we'll go medium high on the value. Which leads us to final thoughts. Boy, oh boy, this is a banger. I'm even getting a butterscotch note right now, which is quite nice. Laphroaig lore, as I said, is this the 18-year-old Laphroaig of yesteryear? No. But this is a very, very intentionally designed whiskey. As you taste it, you can almost taste the different stages of the casks in this in a way that, may lead someone to pause thinking the marriage isn't there, but trust me, it all comes together in the end for just an incredibly beautiful finish. This is a top shelf single malt whiskey to have for sure. If you are a peat head, this is one to invest around that $100 in. I'm high on this, very bullish. This is a damn good whiskey. I think this is probably one of the better whiskeys that you can get readily available from Laphroaig. Perhaps maybe the 10 cask strength, the only one that I would probably put above this, but lore stands well on its own. Let's hope that they keep this on the market for years to come. I think that they've done a damn good job here. And again, it's a testament to non-age statement whiskeys. I did do a video of my top non-age statement whiskeys under $100 last year. I will link that up here. If you're looking at a good non-age statement whiskey that's usually a bit over $100, boy, this one is going to be in small company. Damn good stuff. 4 out of 5 is going to be my score here on the Laphroaig lore, and highly encourage you to grab a bottle of this if you are a peat head looking for something a bit more nuanced, a bit more complex. Laphroaig lore is going to be the whiskey you want. So check this one out. 4 out of 5. And with that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this dram, y'all, and send you on over to your malt musing. And I will see you next Friday here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews /